VBB Hot Seat time. Today we are with Kyle Jenkins, where we get to know the real deal Holyfield of the people who are in our network. You know the rules. 5 questions, 3 personal, 2 professional. Kyle Jenkins, you are on the VBB Hot Seat. Welcome.
Hey, Joe. Thank you. Pleasure being here. It's a little chilly on this seat right now. It's a little cold in outskirts of Philly, but hopefully we can get it warmed up.
Well, rock and roll, my man. Let's get right into it. So, Kyle, if you had to meet one person, dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh, man. I hate to go real serious real fast, but I'll say my grandfather. So my grandfather, Bill Abbott, was the inspiration behind me joining the Marine Corps. I joined the Marine Corps when I was 19 years old, and he was in the Marine Corps. He retired as a master sergeant out of Vietnam. He did 3 tours in Vietnam. He was also at the flag raising of Iwo Jima, a big iconic moment for the Marine Corps. He died when I was in my first tour of Iraq in 2003. And because I was in Iraq and I was forward deployed in a combat zone, I wasn't able to go visit him or attend the funeral. So I would say if I was able to relive a conversation or meet somebody, I would say definitely my grandfather.
Well, Kyle, thank you very much to you and your grandfather for your service.
Oh, appreciate it, man. It was my pleasure.
All right. So who's the best leader, period?
Because of my journeys throughout the military, and I'll say in the industry, I have a bunch of leaders that I think that I've kind of pulled from. So I don't know if I could pick just one. I would say definitely one early in my Marine Corps career, which I didn't really enjoy him as a leader, was Robert Dunning. He was a staff sergeant when I was stationed in Okinawa, Japan. And he was a really tough, firm leader and really held the line and was that quintessential Marine that you think of, great shape, really hard, tough as nails. But then as I got to know him and understand his leadership style, I really started to respect him. And now we're really good friends. He owns, I think, 4 Dickey's barbecue franchises in like Louisiana. So, I mean, just shout out to him. He was a huge influence in my life and my career. I would also say like Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones, huge football fan, Dallas Cowboys owner. I mean, just what he did in business, just following his career from taking a franchise from, I'll say nominal value to what it is today. I think it's the highest valued franchise in sports, definitely in the NFL, if not all sports. So I'd say that's a couple for you.
So, all right, while we're on that sports topic, favorite sports franchise?
Yeah, I kind of gave it away with the last one, but it's the Dallas Cowboys. I'll say I moved to Pennsylvania in 2017. And although that has been the best decision moving forward in my life, I'll say 2017 was the wrong year to move to Philadelphia or the outskirts of Philadelphia because of them winning the football, and the Super Bowl. I didn't understand Philadelphia. I'd never been to the Northeast in my life. I had retired from the Marine Corps. I was in Jacksonville, Florida, retired and took a job interview at a moment's notice up here and flew up here. And then next thing you know, I get the job. I move up here. I'm in temporary housing, waiting for my family to join me from Jacksonville, Florida. They win the Super Bowl. It's insane. I've got my Dallas Cowboys sticker on my car. Yeah, all these Philadelphia fans are, giving me this wave that I don't understand, but it's not something that we did in the South. I'll say that, but was readily apparent. It's something that they use here, and they were running me off the road, and very, very excited to be in the Super Bowl and winning their first Super Bowl. So good for them.
And who's your favorite players for the Cowboys?
Oh man, growing up in the 90s, I'll say I was part of that, that late Super Bowl area of the Cowboys. So I'd say Troy Aikman, prime time, Emmitt Smith, that trifecta was just incredible to watch, and seeing how they worked as a team, seeing how they, were able to overcome adversity in different, games, but also just how they supported each other. That was always incredible. And I'd also say like a more current one is probably like Jason Witten. I always really enjoyed Jason Witten. He just seemed like a really good, genuine person. And if you follow him at all, anybody does, he, has gone since to start coaching high school. And I guess the high school that he's coaching this year won the national championship for that league or that area that he's a part of. So Jason Witten, I would also say I really liked him as a player.
So you really associate yourself with winners. So in that, Kyle, what's your winning recipe?
I think people that get to know me, I try to be genuine. I'll say I'm a genuine, honest, open person. I like to consider myself kind of an open book. I like to understand people, the goods, the bad, the ins, the outs. I just like to be honest and direct. Direct has a connotation of being rude or inappropriate at times. But what I've found is that people really find that they appreciate that about me. So I'd say direct. Also, servant leadership, something that I learned from the Marine Corps. You're only as big as or only as good as the team, right? So in the military, they taught you that, the day one when you join, that you're only as good as the weakest link in the military unit. And as you progress and you grow within the Marine Corps, and I retired from the Marine Corps in 2017, you learn that, as a leader, that you're only as good as the people that are supporting you. So really, servant leadership, being honest and genuine. I think that's the reason why I found, my recipe for success, I would say.
So you're one of the partners of Trinity Solutions. Can you tell us a little bit more about, Trinity and really your service offerings?
Yeah, we came together because we were like-minded individuals that just saw a great need for exactly what I just described. Servant leadership, being honest and providing value to organizations that need it. And we came together and said, man, we can do this better than what we've witnessed others doing or what we've experienced by receiving it wherever we were at in our previous travels. And I'll say that, we decided to formulate this company with the idea of just making the organizations that we support better. We want to learn them. We want to understand them. We want to support them, and find solutions to the issues that they're having. If it's anything from equipment manufacturing issues where you don't understand why you're having so much downtime, or it could be as simple as not having the spare parts associated with that equipment, or maybe your maintenance intervals aren't being executed at the appropriate interval that they should be. Maybe you're doing it too much and now you're wasting a whole bunch of time and money that you don't need to be also. I'll say that we really pride ourselves on being a jack of all trades within the industry, but really we focus within I'll say the CMMS, or the computerized maintenance management systems, calibration systems that house all the data for your equipment within manufacturing. Primarily, we support biotech, pharma, but we can support any industry, and we've had some good clients in the past within the industrial sector, paint, oil, and gas, and we would love to continue to support all of them. So that's why we came together.
Perfect. Well, Kyle Jenkins, you are off the VBB hot seat. Please share some love below about Kyle and rock on to the VBB.
Awesome. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, everyone.